Hello folks, today we will know everything there is to know about CLAT UG examination 2022 so that we have no confusion regarding exam pattern, marking scheme, etc. Let me take you through the intricacies of the CLAT UG 2022 examination, after which you will be able to kickstart your preparation on full throttle. As you all might be aware, the entire CLAT exam pattern was revamped in 2020 and since then the difficulty level of the examination has increased. Therefore, it is important to have a proper CLAT preparation plan in mind before starting with the study. The preparation plan for CLAT 2022 could be as follows. Know the CLAT syllabus and understand the exam pattern and marking scheme well. Gather the best books for your preparation along with other study materials such as sample or previous year question papers, which we will talk about in detail in a separate video. Analyze your strong and weak subjects from the syllabus. And please remember, focus more on your weak areas while not taking your strong areas for granted. Make a well thought out CLAT study plan and adhere to it. The key lies in finding the right balance among the subjects to study every day, which comes only through practice. Revise, revise and revise. I cannot stress on this enough as all of your preparation is redundant without this one. Because at the end, it all boils down to being able to recollect the right thing at the right time. Now, before we go any further, let's take a quick glance at some crucial details of CLAT 2022 examination which cannot be missed. With that in mind, let us take a look into each of the subjects and what you're expected to be aware of. You should ideally spend sufficient time on the preparation of each section of the CLAT paper. However, it should depend on your strengths and weaknesses for a particular subject and how much effort you want to put into its preparation. But all the sections should be prepared irrespective of the fact. Let us begin with the English section and get an idea of what skill set is going to be tested here. In this section of the UG CLAT 2022, you will be provided with passages of about 450 words each. These passages will be from contemporary or historically significant fiction and non-fiction writing and would be of a standard that a 12th grade student may be able to read in about 5 to 7 minutes. Each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to demonstrate your comprehension and language skills, including your abilities to read and comprehend the main point discussed in the passage, as well as any arguments and viewpoints discussed or set out in the passage. Draw inferences and conclusions based on the passage. Summarize the passage. Compare and contrast the different arguments or viewpoints set out in the passage and understand the meaning of various words and phrases used in the passage. Next up is the GK section. In this section, you will be provided passages of up to 450 words each. The passages will be derived from news, journalistic sources, and other non-fiction writing. The questions may include an examination of legal information or knowledge discussed in or related to the passage, but would not require any additional knowledge of the law beyond the passage. Each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to demonstrate your awareness of various aspects of current affairs and general knowledge, including contemporary events of significance from India and the world, arts and culture, international affairs, and historical events of continuing significance. Now, we move to the legal reasoning section. In this section, you will be expected to read passages of around 450 words each, and the passages may relate to fact situations or scenarios involving legal matters, public policy questions, or moral philosophical inquiries. You will not require any prior knowledge of law. You will benefit from a general awareness of contemporary legal and moral issues to better apply general principles or propositions to the given fact scenarios. Each passage would be followed by a series of questions that will require you to identify and infer the rules and principles set out in the passage, apply such rules and principles to various fact situations, and understand how changes to the rules or principles may alter their application to various fact situations. Next up is logical reasoning. The logical reasoning section of the UG CLAT 2022 will include a series of short passages of about 300 words each. Each passage will be followed by one or more questions that will require you to recognize an argument, its premises and conclusions, read and identify the arguments set out in the passage, critically analyze patterns of reasoning, and assess how conclusions may depend on particular premises or evidence. Infer what follows from the passage and apply these inferences to new situations. Draw relationships and analogies, identify contradictions and equivalence, and assess the effectiveness of arguments. Now we have the final section, the Quantitative Techniques section. This section of the UG CLAT 2022 will include short sets of facts or propositions, graphs, or other textual, pictorial, or diagrammatic representations of numerical information, followed by a series of questions. You will be required to derive information from such passages, graphs, or other representations and apply mathematical operations on such information. The questions will require you to derive, infer, and manipulate numerical information set out in such passages, graphs, or other representations, and apply various 10 standard mathematical operations on such information, including from areas such as ratios and proportions, basic algebra, mensuration, and statistical estimation. With this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you got a basic idea on what CLAT UG examination is all about. Stay tuned for more insights regarding CLAT UG 2022. Have a good day and take care.